I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison.
I know she's gonna be well impressed with all this. Well, not all of this, you know. I don't plan to meet her in me boxers. But this is why this little baby's here. Italian design, neat cut, 20% off in the store, and that ain't including my mum's discount. It makes a statement, don't it? Women like a natty dresser. Got a tie matching all. Me mum, she washed the shirt. Use that fabric conditioner stuff. Country Escape. Yeah, that's what it's called. Not that I'm planning on making a run for it.
You surprised me. I hope this isn't against regulations.
Any extra cleaning in this place is welcome in my book.
I hope you don't think I was suggesting that the room was dirty. It was more the smell. These are Arctic ice. I find it's quite a calming aroma.
Potatoes.
I beg your pardon?
The smell, it's potatoes. Last night's meal. When they serve potatoes, the smell always hangs around for a couple of days.
Maybe I should have brought something stronger.
You go ahead.
I find cleaning quite therapeutic. Even a quick wipe down lifts the spirits.
Do whatever you can. Anything that puts you at ease is fine by me.
Oh, it's not vital. I was only wasting time. I got here early.
You'd be surprised how many people do that.
On account of the trains. I find these days that they rarely run to the timetable, and so I went for the 9:27, just to be on the safe side. Except that it was early. I had to run to catch it. On reflection, it was probably the 8:27, arriving late. That would have been more like it. I doubt I'll have that kind of luck on the return journey. Oh dear, I think my Arctic ice is rather losing the battle against your potatoes.
They are my potatoes. I wouldn't want my name associated with anything from this place. I've seen the state of the kitchens.
If I come again, I'll try and remember to bring something stronger, maybe an aerosol.
Oh, I wouldn't be advising that.
Really?
You won't get it past security. Aerosols count as weapons.
Well, not in Waitrose, they don't.
You can have anything in a spray. CS gas, ammonia.
Well, I'm only suggesting a can of Glade lavender. It's hardly a weapon of mass destruction.
You'd be surprised what could be used as a weapon in here.
Now I reckon she'd be expecting me to turn up in a tracksuit bomb and a hoodie, but that ain't what you wear when you're meeting a woman, is it? Now I ain't heard her speak, but I imagine she sounds like one of the doogers in the visitors programme. There's one who comes once a month, not a bad looker as it is, but dead religious, always changing the conversation round to her church. Do you know, she's on a mission to get me in her church when I get out. And she has these little sayings too. Our church is prayer conditioned, and we're going to put the U back in church. Think she's being real witty, and really, she's just winding me up. The Preece says the one thing that can't happen. Oh, you know, it really does smell of the countryside, and much better than the odour bog around these parts. White shirt, bright tie, sharp suit, job done.
You're very brave doing this.
Do you think so?
A lot of folk would just let sleeping dogs lie.
Well, the social workers and counsellors rather ganged up on me, I'm afraid.
Not the first time I've heard someone say that.
They suggested it would be good therapy, a chance to verbalise all those thoughts I wasn't allowed to say in court. They think it'll bring about some kind of closure.
And what do you think?
I think some of them need more help than I do.
That's very good.
What is?
How you avoided answering the question.
I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a twitter this morning.
Social workers are very big on closure. They see closure as a very positive outcome.
Wasn't that positive for Woolworths, was it? Sorry, I didn't mean to snap. I just get rather flustered when I'm in new surroundings.
Just take it nice and slow. Nobody's going to make you do anything you don't want to, and I'm going to be in here all the time.
Are you?
If you want me to. Most people relax when I tell them that.
Well, I'm not sure I want an audience. Just in case I say something stupid. I'm rather prone to daft thoughts. They have a habit of popping out before I can stop them.
Best if I'm close by then.
Why? Has he got an aversion to stupidity? Oh, I see. You're thinking that this could turn violent.
Never tell in this place.
Oh, you needn't worry. I don't have a black belt in judo.
I wasn't thinking of you.
He won't try anything. From what I remember at the trial, he was rather a small boy.
He's been using the gym here.
Goodness, they have a gym.
In the new wing.
You know, I've never really seen the point of gyms. I mean, if you want to get fit, go for a long walk or a run.
That wouldn't work here. I'd never see them again.
I don't anticipate our encounter turning physical.
Most folks seem reassured if I stay with them. They relax more, and in the end I'm only trying to make this experience as comfortable as possible.
Comfortable?
I don't want to see you upset or embarrassed by anything that might be said.
Oh, I don't think I have anything to be embarrassed about, do you?
I'm on your side. I've seen how this can work out. Sometimes the conversation just dries up.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. I'm not awfully good with silence.
Haven't you got a lot of stuff you want to tell him? Get all that pent-up anger off your chest?
I'm not an angry sort of person.
Everybody gets angry.
I get cross sometimes.
So, what makes you cross then?
I have thought about having some buttons undone. Even considered showing a bit of nipple. That way I could see if she was interested. Wouldn't be the first old woman to give me the eye. No, it might tell me how things are going. Nah, I'm better with the formal look. Bloody time! You know, it's going to be the sod to do up without a mirror.
All sorts of things make me cross. When I see people unable to take more than 3 steps without having to take a swig from a plastic bottle of water, you'd think they were in the Sahara instead of Potter's Bar. I get very cross when I hear people say they've been bullied, when it's nothing more than a bit of name-calling. I mean, good grief, everybody gets called names from time to time. You can't say that's bullying. There was a woman at work last week who claimed that one of the managers had been bullying her. He was actually asking her to do her job. I sometimes think we're raising a nation of whingers. I mean, these days, it's impossible to be off work without having the flu. Why can't it just be a bad cold? Why must we always live at the extremes? Yes, that makes me quite cross. And tattoos! Don't get me started on them. There. That's a good enough answer for you.
You must have misheard the question.
That's a surprisingly good fit.
Well, thanks for digging it out.
I made us some coffee.
Thanks.
Thought we might be glad of it. It's pretty cold out there.
I wasn't expecting this kind of service, dressing gown and coffee.
Well, it saves you the embarrassment of having to escape before I wake up.
That's not what I'm like.
Well, I wouldn't have blamed you. We both know the score.
Still, there's no reason to leave without saying goodbye. Not the sort of bloke who does that. So what'd you do?
Nothing very exciting.
But it's with people.
How do you know?
Because you got a good way with them. You seem interested in them. You get people talking. I liked you as soon as we started talking.
That can get me in trouble sometimes.
Hairdresser. I bet you're a hairdresser. They're always dead good at getting people talking.
Yeah, I cut hair. It's not exactly saving people's lives though, is it?
I don't save people's lives.
I didn't know we still had soldiers out there.
Don't you watch the news?
Only on MTV.
You're kidding me.
What? I like to keep up to date. See if one of the Kardashians ever changed their handbag.
You never know when that sort of information will come in handy.
Of course I watch the news. I just thought all our lads were home now.
There's always an enemy lurking somewhere.
They're bringing him down.
Is he outside?
No, but he's on his way.
Oh, I'm more nervous than I thought. My heart's hammering away. Hope it calms down once he's in the room.
You don't have to do this.
Bit late to back out now.
I can still stop it. I can call them on the radio and they'll take him back up.
What, and waste the train fare? It wasn't off peak, you know.
Next time I come in, I'll have him with me. I'm just telling you so there won't be any shocks.
You don't have to wrap me in cotton wool.
Best to be prepared. Prisoner 748 to me.
Mrs. Prendergast, 9:27. That's the train I came on.
If the prisoner says anything offensive or abusive during the course of the conversation, please raise your hand and I will ask him to cease the conversation.
Why? Don't you recognise bad language?
That forms part of our risk assessment.
Another thing that makes me angry. Hello, Rory.
Hi.
Marjorie, it's fine if you call me Marjorie.
Well, thanks, Marjorie.
Please, sit down. This is going to be very awkward if we both have to stand. Would you like a polo? I was hoping to get some wine gums, but the shop here doesn't seem to stock them. I suppose I should have brought some before setting out, but one doesn't think. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Yeah.
You'd probably like me to shut up for a moment.
Yeah, I would. Like a polo.
Oh.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Oh no, keep the packet if you want. Is that permissible?
Confectionery is allowed as long as there are no drugs present.
Well, what do you think I've done? Stuffed the holes with heroin?
I'm only clarifying the regulations.
So, here we are.
Yeah.
Rory, is it all right if I call you that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I was
just want to
wondering
say... Sorry.
No, go on.
I want to say thanks. Thanks for agreeing to this.
Oh, well, I must admit, I did have some doubts.
I know you didn't have to, but I really appreciate it.
Are you comfortable with the way the conversation is proceeding?
What?
I need to ascertain your level of comfort. It's for the feedback form. Is it 1, not very comfortable, 5, medium, fairly comfortable, or 10, that's high, very comfortable?
Well, I haven't a clue. We've only just started.
Look, I do know this can't be easy for you.
Not with her interrupting, it isn't. I was
I can
just...
make a visual assessment based on body language, but I'd rather have it confirmed.
I'm fine, as far as I know.
Would a 5 be accurate?
Put down whatever you want.
There was something I want to say to you. I want to say something to Trump. They wouldn't let me. I wasn't allowed to make statements, and that judge, he was really scary. So I'd like to say it now, if that's all right with you.
Oh, I expect there's a lot of things we both want to get off our chest.
I want to tell you, face to face like that, I truly am sorry for what I've done. It's something I have to live for the rest of my life, and I regret it to my dying day. I know all of what I said won't bring him back.
Jonathan.
Won't bring Jonathan back.
It's better to use his name. Otherwise he'll just disappear. Become a him. And he wasn't a him. Do you know, I've already started to forget what he sounded like. We've kept his mobile so that we can listen to his voicemail, but that doesn't sound like him. The recorded voice is never the same as someone actually speaking to you. So I prefer it if you speak of him as Jonathan, so that he doesn't disappear anymore.
I want to let you know, I ain't ever getting behind the wheel of a car again.
Oh, don't say that.
I don't trust myself.
Well, I'm sure it was probably the drink more than the driving. I expect you're quite a good driver normally. Not like me. I've never really mastered the art of parking, if I'm honest. Or reversing. I always find things look slightly further away in the mirror. Anyway, the main thing is I'm all right going forwards. That's all you want, really, isn't it? The ability to go forwards.
Not driving was the first decision I've made when I got here. It brings back too many painful memories.
So, how are you finding it? In here, the officer tells me you have a gym. That sounds very posh.
Yeah, in the new wing.
And I expect you have your own television as well. Flat screen, I shouldn't wonder. Oh, and computer games. You probably have any number of those.
Nah, I don't have nothing like that. That's what's in the papers, but it's all rubbish. Like I was going on holiday, like I was having this cushy life.
From what I've seen, it doesn't appear so bad. Apart from the potato.
This ain't one of your soft options prisons. This part, it's dead old.
Victorian.
Cold in winter, stifling in summer. It doesn't seem to be a midway point. And the roof leaked with that rainfall over Christmas.
How is it now?
There's still this patch of damp in my cell.
I wasn't talking to you. If it were me, I'd say it was improving. If you looked at me like you were approaching a 7.
I wonder if you'd mind waiting outside.
Are you sure?
Would make me so much more comfortable.
I have a walkie-talkie if there's a problem. All you have to do is to bang on the table.
Glad we got talking last night.
I wasn't sure at first. Strange bloke in a bar. It's a bit of a racist.
Didn't work out so bad, did it?
No. No, it didn't. You reminded me of someone. That's why I spoke to you. But you look sort of different now.
Rough, I expect. We didn't exactly get a lot of sleep last night.
Maybe it's the light in here.
Probably need to comb my hair.
No.
I must look a
Don't
real
do that.
mess.
You don't look like him when you do that.
Is it Robbie Williams? I'm told that in a certain way.
No one famous. Oh, this is so annoying. It's going to be on my mind all day. Like one of those tunes you can't get out of your head.
She wasn't making it easy, was she?
I think we'll make better progress on our own.
Well, I still meant every word, even when she was in here.
You sounded very eloquent.
I've been rehearsing. Oh no, only because I want it to come out right.
I do appreciate you making all this effort.
Thanks.
I've always been partial to a chap in a smart suit.
Well, that's good to hear.
Although, I hope you don't mind me saying, but I thought the one you wore at the trial was a little bit on the short side.
Yeah, I borrowed it from a friend. Had a split in the trousers that had to hide from the judge. Look, I know this can't be easy for you, all of this.
A lot of my friends think I'm mad.
I don't.
I know Jonathan would have approved.
You're not how I expected you to be.
Is that so?
Oh no, I ain't being rude.
How did you expect me to be?
I thought you'd be a lot angrier. I thought you'd be shouting at me.
Oh, well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I don't want to go home on the train with a sore throat.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think talking is better than shouting.
Well, I hope this has helped.
It certainly helped me.
Oh, that's glad to hear.
Well, this among other things. One of the social workers suggested that I talk to people. I've talked to a lot of people since it happened.
Have you?
Apparently, it's seen as a form of therapy.
So, Who have you been talking with?
Oh, well, as many people as possible. A bit of a gas bag when I get going. I chatted to some of Jonathan's friends, the staff at the nightclub he was at before he walked home, the ambulance men who treated him at the scene. People have been so kind.
I didn't realise you'd done all that.
It's amazing what you find out.
Bet you heard all sorts.
They all talked about him as if he was an angel.
Oh, that must have helped.
He wasn't an angel.
Nice place.
Thanks.
You keep it very tidy. Some of the places I've lived in make you feel like you're living in a chicken coop.
So you haven't settled anywhere then yet?
Army makes you nomadic.
Well, you'll have to settle down sometime.
Won't be here though.
So you've thought about it then?
Yeah.
Abroad?
Maybe. Somewhere remote would suit me best, away where the world can't find me.
So back to nature?
Not basic though. I'm good with my hands, so I'll make the place comfortable.
Would you like another coffee?
No thanks.
Well, you can have a shower if you want.
Just a quick one if you don't mind.
Well, there's plenty of hot water.
That's very good of you.
Thanks for being so honest.
I could say the same for you. It's nice to meet someone with no strings attached.
Oh my god.
How did you get that past security?
Oh, I wrapped it inside the New Statesman. No one ever reads that.
It's either regular.
No, it's weekly. My husband gets it sent.
Spray.
It was on offer at Morrison's. The label claims it eradicates all household smells, although it doesn't make a specific reference to potatoes.
Shame it was sausages and mash last night. That'll hang around all weekend.
I was wondering if there was anywhere we could get a coffee.
During the session?
Well, that would make it a bit more homely.
Oh, I can't countenance that.
Oh, I'll pay. I've got plenty of change.
Health and safety won't allow it.
What's it got to do with them?
You might throw it over you and then you'll suffer burns.
Have you had a coffee from the visitor's shop? It's lukewarm at best.
You seem very chipper today.
I'd say. I was approaching an 8 on your rating scale.
You haven't heard the news then?
Is that him?
It is.
Best bring him in then. Good morning, Maury.
Hi.
Now, you can do better than that.
Hi, Marjorie.
And I come with good news. I managed to secure a bag of wine gums this trip. Taken out all the black ones for the return journey. Buyer's perk, I'm afraid, but the rest are all yours.
Thanks.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
You don't look it. In fact, I go so far as to say that you look distinctly uncomfortable, which if it carries on will play havoc with the questionnaire.
They ain't bothered about how I feel. They're only interested in you.
Oh, someone interested in me, now there's a surprise. Are you sure you're all right? I hope they haven't been mistreating you.
Yeah, no, then have you?
Is this the news that everyone seems so worried about me hearing?
It's about my appeal.
Oh yes, I've heard all about that. It was on the local radio this morning.
It weren't my idea. I've got a lawyer who thinks he can get me sentenced off. I could be out by November.
Good for you.
Well, I weren't expecting you to say that.
I have no wish for you to be in here any longer than necessary. I don't think that helps anyone. Well, you need to be free of that damp as soon as possible. There's no knowing what that might be doing to your lungs.
You're amazing.
Not really.
Other people They want me to rot in here.
And what purpose would that serve?
I've been trying so hard since I've been in here. I've been a model prisoner. Ain't been involved in no fine. I stayed away from the drugs. I ain't whinged about them tasks they got me doing, so that should count for something. I ain't complained about nothing.
Not even the potatoes?
Nothing.
Oh, you missed a trick there. They'd have been first on my list.
But just because I lost the appeal, don't mean things will go in my favour.
They give you an appeal just for filling in the form these days.
Aren't you supposed to be quiet?
I'm supposed to be mediating. It's not like being quiet.
Well, this is meant for Marjorie and me. So I appreciate you buttoning it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll win the appeal, purely on the merits of your argument.
I know. I ain't arguing with them. That's one sure way to remain banged up.
She means your brief's argument.
You know, I can't seem to clear my head today.
Well, I'm sure this must be very unsettling for you. But think of all the people you'll be reunited with once you're out. And I'm sure you'll make some new acquaintances as well.
You'd better go.
I'm surprised it took you that long to figure it out.
Well, it suddenly hit me when you walked past.
I'm taller.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're right.
So this was no casual pickup.
Sorry about that.
He'll go crazy. Have you any idea what will happen if he finds out? You better go. Just get out.
What have you been spraying?
Thought I'd freshen the place up.
It smells like something's died.
Picked it up in Poundland.
I ain't sure Marjorie got a bundle on that. Run late, is she?
Must be the 927 playing up. You've been very lucky with her.
It ain't luck, it's charm. That is what it is. Me and her, we understand one another.
You ain't gonna find it so easy in the real world. You won't be able to charm the pants off people when they know where you've been.
It's all a matter how you phrase things.
Only one way to phrase, I've been in prison.
No, when I was at school, one of the teachers, one of the few decent ones, gave me a really useful piece of advice. Use and, not but. I never forgot that. You see, Rory's a nice lad, but he's been in prison. You see, that sounds much worse than Rory's a nice lad, and he's been in prison.
Whichever way you phrase it, you've still been in prison. Looks like she's here. Make sure everything's done up that should be done up. Got enough paperwork without you adding to it. Got a surprise for you.
Oh?
Hi, I'm Nate.
Yeah, I know you are. Is Marge? Is your mum okay?
My mother's fine, she sends her regards.
Good.
Do you want to sit down?
Sure.
I hope you don't mind, but I have this questionnaire.
Yes, my mother told me about that. Just put me down as a 10. And there's no need to stay. I'm sure Rory will make me very comfortable.
I'll be outside.
And I'll bang on the table if I need you. That's the last thing my mother told me before I left this morning. You seem a bit shocked.
Me? Nah. I remember you from the trial. Mostly by the way you sat. You seemed sort of uncomfortable.
I'm not very good at sitting.
Looked like you bust out your seat.
I didn't mean to look like that.
I think you had the judge quite worried. I guess that ain't like sitting in the army, is there?
Commandos.
Still the army.
We like to think of ourselves as Special Operations Force.
Yeah. Who dares wins? And you get to wear the green beret.
I do.
Must be dead exciting.
Between you and me, I love the excitement. Gives me a real buzz. The more dangerous a mission, the more I love it. It keeps me on my toes. No, I almost forgot. My mother sends her apologies. She's sorry that she can't be here with you today, but she told me to pass on her congratulations
Congratulations.
on the success of the appeal.
Huh. Thanks.
Bet you can't wait.
I didn't know it's common knowledge.
You're a very good solicitor. He keeps his ear to the ground.
Well, I ain't certain yet. There's a lot of paperwork to go through.
Still, you could be out in a couple of months.
Well, in here, you learn not to keep your hopes up.
I'm not planning on opposing it.
Well, your mother, she's been real supportive. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm right behind her too. Can't be much fun for you in here.
Well, I've done something wrong. You gotta take the punishment for it. No point moaning about it.
That's a good attitude, that.
Look, I'm sorry for what I've done.
My mother said you were. 2 months, eh? Bet you can't wait.
Oh, I'm a bit scared if I'm honest.
Really? There's no reason why you should be. Think of all the freedom you'll have.
I reckon that'll take some getting used to.
You can go anywhere you want, any time of day.
Well, I ain't got a main place to go to.
Really? I could... I thought you could move back in with your girlfriend.
How did you know I had a girlfriend?
Sorry. Did I get that wrong? It must have been something I heard at the trial.
I didn't say nothing about her at the trial.
Or maybe it was one of the barristers. It's something you learn whilst being the commandos, how to eavesdrop on other people's conversations. Drives my mother mad, but it's hard to turn off something that's second nature.
You snoop on other people's conversations.
I know the interesting parts.
So, what'd you hear about her then?
Sharon,
How do you know her name?
she's very pretty. Well, I didn't hear that, of course. I'm imagining she's very pretty. What I heard was she's standing by you.
Yeah, she is.
Must have been tough.
We're close. Look, I didn't mean for none of this to happen.
Yes, my mother said that too. She's got an amazing memory for detail. That's probably where I got it from.
I look forward to her visits. She's the only visitor I get.
You only have one visitor. Doesn't Sharon come see you?
Nah,
I thought you were close.
we are. But I don't want to come in here, everybody leering and making suggestive comments. I'd never hear the end of it. Besides, we've been through enough about all this.
So how do you know she's still interested? She could be off seeing other people.
Right there! She ain't like that! Besides, we talk on the phone, we write. I look forward to them moments. Besides, if we can get through this, we can get through anything. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And you believe in that crap.
I didn't mean to kill him.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. You know, I can't imagine what it's like to lose a brother.
You wouldn't have liked him very much. Oh, it's not a very nice thing to say about your brother.
Nah, it isn't. I thought bros, you know, were meant to get along.
I never said we didn't get along, but he had his faults. Jonathan was, how can I put this? One of those people, things just came easily to him. He didn't have to work very hard. Whilst others had to sweat and toil every minute of their lives. But with Jonathan, things just fell into his lap.
What do you mean? Fell into his lap.
He was an all-rounder. Brilliant at sports, natural cricketer, amazing at tennis. And he was good looking, so there was never any shortage of girlfriends.
So why telling me all
I
this?
thought it might help you understand.
Didn't know the bloke.
Jonathan.
I never met him.
He was arrogant.
Was he?
Expected things to fall in his way, so understand what happened that night.
Oh, okay. So you in the car with me, were you?
Understand what happened in the nightclub.
How could you? You weren't even there.
I expect he started chatting her up while you were getting drinks at a bar. I'm sure Sharon would have been flattered.
Ever thought of writing a novel? You seem to be good at making fiction.
Or maybe it was whilst you were in the loo. It would have been some time whilst you weren't around. Jonathan would have made sure of that.
This is what happened in your head.
And it wouldn't have stopped there, though. He would have buzzed around her all night, made sure that she knew it was serious. One of his tricks. I'm sure that wound you up like a spring.
I never saw your brother.
You never spoke to him. And you made sure of that because of the CCTV. But you clocked on to what was happening. You and Sharon weren't having the best of evenings, were you?
You can't prove any of this.
I spoke to one of the bouncers at the trials. He said that you and Shan were having a row.
Yeah, we had words. So what?
That would please Jonathan to no end, been like a green light to him. He wouldn't have stopped until he got a telephone number or a snog.
He didn't get a telephone number.
But he got a snog, didn't he? By the fire exit.
Not that I know of.
It was shortly after you and Sharon rowed. Sharon went to the loo and got waylaid.
The bouncy tailor and all. He's as bad as you for making things up.
He's done the same to girlfriends of my mates. They take me to one side after they'd had a few and tell me, how can you put up with such an egotistical, single-minded, big-headed prat like that? And I tell them the same, every single time. He's my brother. I'd forgive him of his faults. I'd fight to the death for him. By the end of the evening, you and Sharon weren't talking. You made sure she got in a taxi alone, and you got in the car and followed him. He'd been needling you all night, so I imagine you were wound up like a coiled spring. Must have been an easy target. Alone. On a minor road. Not much contest, is there? You drove straight at him as fast as you could.
That all makes an interesting story, but it don't bear any resemblance of the truth.
A lot of people helped me.
I bet they did. Don't mean it happened.
True. I might have made some minor mistakes.
So you can't prove any of that. Not in a court.
I know this.
So, what are you gonna do then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing I can do, is there? What was it like, Rory, when you mowed him down? I imagine it was like a bullet homing in on its target.
Is that the commando you're talking?
Oh, we're good at homing in our targets.
So, what are you gonna do? Come after me in a tank?
A tank, a bit noisy. Wouldn't want to give the game away.
You ain't scaring me.
No. No. There's no need for you to be scared. It's one of the first things they tell us in training. How to... The worst thing you can have is a scared target. The jittery ones upset the best laid plans, and you don't want that scenario, do you? Best to approach the target when they least expect it. Stealth is the key. Doesn't take much to kill a human being when you know what you're doing. The human neck can be snapped in an instant.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm just telling you about my job.
And your job is to snap necks?
Part of it.
You snapped a lot of necks, have you?
That's classified information. I bet you thought you were home and dry when you met my mother.
Yeah, we get on. And what you say won't alter that.
She weren't impressed by you. She caught on to you from the off. That's why I dug around. It's amazing what people remember that night.
Look, I was driving dangerously. I'm taking the rap for that.
You're quite a piece of work. Take the rap for that and hope everything else will be swept under the carpet.
There is no everything else.
Now, Rory, both you and I know that's not true. I'm glad your appeal's looking good. Can't wait to see you out on the streets.
Oh no, I ain't planning on being out in the streets.
Really? You've got to leave home sometime.
Are you going to be following me?
A commando never makes his presence felt. A trend in hunting. Taking down our target when they least expect it. And then we disappear.
Everything all right?
I think we've exhausted the conversation.
I'll see you out then.
Oh, I almost forgot. Wine gums. Something for you to chew on until we next meet.